You know, he's probably gone up against Mirror on the ladder often enough that he feels like that was the strongest play.
MattNBike taking out his trusty and true Warlock that we've been seeing do quite a bit of big things with the Death Rattle. It sort of reminds me of pretty much Kibler's old list outside of playing, not Priest, but playing Warlock for the card function draw, which I think was either Kriparian's or Amos' first build on Death Rattle. It was such a sad day when Undertaker got nerfed out and not making it a 1-1, not just a 1-0. Kind of a sad day. Rough. There's not much you can do here. I guess
drop the loot hoarder.
You just drop the loot hoarder and just
buff and go with it
and pass the turn. Like there's not.
And now you see the anodized Robo
coming into full effect. Yep. It's not like I don't realize how good the card is. I just don't like the card.
Oh, well, I mean that's fair.
It's a little bear cub, I guess.
He's considering the option of dropping the coin and going Train Life, but he decides to go with the loot hoarder.
I think that's a smarter play. It's whether or not he would like to coin out the Sun Fury Protector on the right side of the
loot hoarder
just to protect his Undertaker for the turn.
Yeah.
It was whether or not it's the right play. And Fenrysk just has the answers and responds immediately behind. There's just not much that MattNBike can do right here. He doesn't have a great answer. He gets to just, I guess, play his Harvest Golem and pass the turn. Not much else can happen.
Fenrysk's draw is holding tried and true.
Yeah, double swipe in hand is
right along with the curve, man. Right along with the curve.
Let's see how the rest of this goes for the day. He gets a creeper, which doesn't do too much this turn. Doesn't have a fantastic play, regrettably. Man, there's just not a grand play for him to make. I feel like it's turn 4. He's best just playing the Hunter Creeper and possibly actually tapping and getting a draw, hoping to find another draw function. Of course, I feel like tapping
first would have been the best way to go.
I do not like putting the Sun Protector there. The reason being is that you could actually get... Oh, so Fenrysk is playing the 1-tech Starfall that we were talking about earlier that MattNBike could have used last round. Oh, and the value swipe comes in and just clears. And Fenrysk is just showing straight dominance this game. And again, Fenrysk is playing up, so he's out of breakers coming in the strongest this round out of the 1-on-1s here at the Forge. Oh, MattNBike going with the Direwolf Harvest Golem. Definitely a very interesting choice of cards to play in that sequence. I don't necessarily feel like it's the best.
No, so I mean, what do you do in this situation? I think the Harvest Golem straight to the TX, and then maybe Shadow Flaming and clearing the board.
So Shadow Flame and Thalmos don't actually do anything together. I feel like if you're gonna do the Shadow Flame combo, you obviously swing first and then you Shadow Flame it. And you clear the entire board with one card.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
He doesn't. I guess saving the Hellfire is probably saving the Shadow Flame in this case is probably better than saving the Hellfire, in my opinion. The reason being is that we do know that MattNBike does run bigger creatures later on.
That's true.
And the tech Shadow Flame does come in just a little more handy when it's a 4 or 5 drop later in the game, or in fact, playing it behind with an Abusive Sergeant, even just kind of getting a larger board clear out. Yeah. So he goes with the Hellfire. I think strictly was a better play. He's taking over board advantage here. He plays a Noyatron.
Noyatron, Hero Power, and then take out the Golem.
And just kind of sits back on his 7 and 8 and 2 board clears. So Fenrysk's got both board clears and 2 of his finishers in hand. And it means a lot right now.
I don't know. Do you go? Do you go with the egg here?
I feel like you have to run the egg out. It's the egg is the bane of how I feel about this game. And he attempts to just break the shield, just to gain 2 life. It seems kind of weak in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a really interesting play. I almost would have figured I guess you could run it out with the Abusive Sergeant the following turn, but I feel like maybe Drain Lifing the Nerubian Egg would have been the better choice.
So I feel like he's setting up for the Abusive Sergeant, which is fine. But how I honestly feel about Nerubian Egg is that it doesn't. Oh, he does get the double Death Rattle here. He gets to
value Baron.
He does get to. He gets to value Baron. There's no other way around this. He gets to drop his Abusive Sergeant. Let's see if he decides just to clear the Annoyatron or if he decides to clear the. He's sharing. Choose both. He says he's going to make 2 4/4s and do damage to everything. I don't necessarily agree with that play, but it's not the worst.
Right.
Let's see if Fenrysk decides that he just wants to deal with the.
He's thinking about
Baron.
the Starfire.
I feel like if he Starfire, he's going to go for the 5. He's just going to 5 Baron Rivendare.
And then swipe.
And then just swing at it. This case, he decides to swipe to clear 2 creatures, to clear the last 4/4, and just leave a Baron Rivendare. Probably a safe play, truth be told. And there's not much wrong with it. But MattNBike definitely is behind here. He doesn't have too many options of what he can and cannot do. Gonna go ahead and run the Pilot Shredder out there. Probably gonna run the Gnome out there after he life taps.
Yep.
And it's just not much else he can do. He's gonna have to just ship his turn away. He goes ahead and runs the Blood Mage. Hope to God maybe he gets a draw function. I think.
I think this is a YOLO play here. Especially given, you figure there might be another swipe.
We like to call those ride and die nowadays. He's going for that ride and die lifestyle right now. If he was able to actually heal that Baron Rivendare next turn, he was actually going to attempt to restabilize. It would have been a decent restabilize. He's going to, looks like Fenrysk dropping that rag that he's been holding for a while now. And let's see where it goes. And it pulls up the Leopard Gnome.
No value.
It's value, but it's just not the best value, I guess.
He
does get the Dark Bomb into the 5/3, which is
really strong.
Very, very strong. He actually gets to play his entire hand this one turn, and he chooses not to. He's going to clear the.
He's going to clear the rag.
Hopefully he's smart to play the. I believe he plays the Belcher and then plays the Soulfire on top, and just clears the. He's playing straight ahead. Let's see what he can do.
Fenrysk with the Sylvanas Windrunner.
And it looks like he's going to Argus it up, make a good, nice Defender core at 6. You really can't actually get through it at this point without trading out your entire board.
Yeah.
And it seems rough to give away a 1/1 Taunter. Oh, he does get a Power Overwhelming. Interesting play. It's still not the best. You end up having to sacrifice something. Best case scenario is he Power Overwhelmings the 2/3, and he trades and kills it and stays alive. The Sylvanas steals the 2/3, and then it kills itself at the end of turn with Power Overwhelming, which is his best play. He's choosing to go for the card draw is probably the better play here. I feel like if he's going to go for the ride or die play here, it's Overwhelming on top of the Sniper here. And if he goes over to Steam Whittle and then it just RNG says that, well, and he chooses not to. He's choosing to go for probably a little safer play.
Yep.
Letting them take the Taunter from it. And his hand has double Innervate, so it's not like, so Matt's going for the full sacrifice page. Makes sense.
Wow.
Makes really
good play.
It's a play. I don't necessarily know if I agree with the play, but it definitely is a play. Keeps them at.
It's a very safe play. All right, so we're seeing the Stalag Fugen play, just like we've seen in the past with Fenrysk.
That is his tech in this game. I think he's the only one actually running this Stalag Fugen combo here today at the event. But I will say MattNBike definitely has the
board advantage.
And Fenrysk is actually drawing dead. There's not much he can actually do out of the board clear. He's going to Starfall for 5. He goes
for the 2.
The 2 clear. Interesting. Guess he's going to clear out with... Interesting plays. I don't actually necessarily agree with that play. He probably could have just popped it, killed the slug behind it, and then probably have been at a better board position, actually.
Yeah.
The Dark Bomb draw is actually phenomenal, and the Pain Mistress, I believe is her name, right?
Mistress? Pain Mistress.
Mistress of Pain. She actually is a clutch draw for him, considering he's going to actually better start draining back his life.
I'm actually surprised we didn't see... Doesn't Innervate give you the excess mana? So that you can get card draw, or is
that's
Wild Growth.
Wild Growth. It looks like MattNBike's actually stabilizing this game out, which is...
surprising.
Very surprising.
Fenrysk has been holding the position on the board for majority of the game.
So there's the Wild Growth. He'll get the card draw off Wild Growth. He's going to Hero Power into the Worm. That's 1 turn for sure. Let's see where it all goes. MattNBike's definitely going to be gaining that 1 life per turn all the way through, trying to stabilize the game. Fenrysk, he
value draw. Sludge
Belcher. Sludge Belcher might have just turned the game around by himself.
Yep.
Abusive Sergeant. Actually, it's really funny. So Abusive Sergeant, if it goes on the Mistress of Pain, is going to gain him 3 life, and then also kill the Sludge Belcher, and then trade his minion as well.
Or you could do the Power Overwhelming.
I don't feel like you're not supposed to actually sacrifice your Mistress of Pain right now for board purposes. If he trades this way, he keeps his Mistress of Pain at 1, which will gain him 3 life. He'll then trade the 2/1, which will require Fenrysk this 1 turn to use his Hero Power to soak up another point of damage, which will get him back to 8 life. He is out of cards, though. It is to note that he is completely out of cards and will be dying extremely quick. And the Hogger, the MVP of last round, looks like it's going to be the MVP of this round. There's not much else you can say about that, and with Healing Touch in hand, I don't see Fenrysk losing this.
Actually, I see Power Overwhelming to the Egg, trade the Abusive Sergeant with the Taunt.
The Fatigue's going to kill him. He has no cards left, and he has literal no cards left for him to do stuff with.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I mean, hey, man, when you're right, you're right. You know what I'm saying?
MattNBike has a 4/4 for the rest of the game.
How many cards are we looking at for our Druid?
Probably 9? 7?
Wow. Yeah, this game's over.
Yeah, he's got a 4/4 for the rest of the game. There's just not much else that MattNBike can do here, unfortunately. And he takes the double fatigue here. And he loses next turn. There's just nothing else he can do. He breaks into the Divine Shield Taunt. And
decides to draw.
And he takes the honorable kill yourself.
Seppuku, right?
Yeah. Looks like MattNBike and Fenrysk are about to go into their last match. Fenrysk is currently 2-0 at the moment with his Druid deck that's been performing overly well. Right now, we're going to run the store promotion. Looks like we're almost back up into this next match here. Thank you for staying with us. MattNBike on his last leg with his mage deck. And we're seeing an unstable portal with some mechs, so I'm assuming it's just going to be another variant of mech mage, which actually has a really bad matchup against Druid, which I can understand why he saved it for last. He does get his turn 1 Cogmaster, actually. Maybe he can just overly aggressive and take this game.
Well, that's really the only.
No,
that's really the only play.
No, he could, in theory, clockwork, but it's an awful play. I'm actually surprised the coin into the Annoyatron didn't come out there. Oh, he actually gets to overload his field. He can mech warper into clockwork.
Powering up. Portals online. I am ready.
And doesn't. He swung, right? Okay. A little bit of lag there. I got really afraid that MattNBike got too excited and did not swing. And then there's the Annoyatron.
So what do you think? Do you go face?
No. The mech warper is the bane of everyone's existence and has to die every time it's on the field.
I'm talking from MattNBike's perspective. Do you go face? I mean, thinking you ping off the shield and then.
No, so yeah, you ping off the shield. You trade your. Oh no, that seems like a bad situation to be in. Yeah. So in theory, if you would have pinged off the shield, he would have just traded the other way. He left his Cogmaster really high, and I'm not exactly sure why. It doesn't. Cogmaster really doesn't have as much effect on the game comparatively to the mech warper there.
Okay. All right. So.
But
that's something.
There's no way he knew he was gonna get the return cog here. There's no way. But Fenrysk, go ahead.
We're already gonna drop the X21.
So this turn is unstable portal, perhaps, into a chug, unless the unstable portal gets him something.
Oh,
he gets a combo of Van Cleave.
Yes, it does.
We're gonna see. So I definitely
so
do
that's,
not.
6/6 now, right?
Yep. You get to see combo Van Cleave inside Mech Mage, which actually might have been one of the strongest things he could have pulled there. No doubt.
Yeah, absolutely not.
When Edwin Van Cleef is free, it's free.
I wonder.
Trade the Cogmaster and then passing Fenrysk pulling that rag.
Oh, there's the
Value
silence.
rag.
The value silence makes him back down to the 2/2. He's gonna trade. Interesting.
I feel like I would have gone face there. Unless I felt like I was really behind.
With his hand, he does have a Starfall next turn that he doesn't really have to necessarily worry about. I feel like you just let it be.
Yeah.
Plays both his high drops.
Defender of Argus.
He's in a Sledge Butcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the only play. Beats him. I would go 2 to the face, and then with the Sledge Belcher.
He's thinking about that Starfire, though. Or that Starfall.
Well, he shouldn't. He should no longer be thinking about that card. That card is not in the Wheel of Fortune for him.
Oh, he decides to go with the Defender.
He defenders for a 3/5 to kill the Mech Warper, which I can understand. It is an understandable play. MattNBike is actually getting a very effective play here.
He's pulling right along curve. Really. I mean, you're dropping a lot of cards.
No, I definitely don't swing there. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Matt. We're thinking. Where the? Just a moment here, guys. I'm going to step out for just a moment. You're going to be left with Minion for just a moment.
Gee, thanks. Oh, do you? Ryan's going to go play, guys. So maybe we'll get to see some value play from his perspective at some point. All right, so we're going to have the Time Rewinder dropped on the Defender, maybe? Yeah. Okay, that's good. It's a good reusable card.
Played.
And I think we're going to... Well, okay. We did see a Starfire drop, so that answers that question.
Magic detected.
Okay, so Matt's in a really strong position here. He's got 2 taunt minions down, along with a 3 and a 2, a Chugger and some other mech 3-4-3. 3-3-4. How's it going, Marcus? you might want to hit a button. I don't know which one it is. There is a mute button.
There we go. All right.
And Marcus is here, guys. We were casting earlier today together. It's a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
All right, so we've got what looks like a Nax Druid
Okay.
and a Mech Mage. And the Mech Mage is turning this around pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. It looks like... it seems like it came at the right time.
Turn
Power
8.
play.
Turn 8, Druid at 5 HP.
Ooh, the healing touch, though. You don't see that very often nowadays. I know
No,
we were
you
joking
don't.
about that earlier in the Druid deck, like, you need somebody to heal with healing touch. We get a good laugh out of it, but
Yeah.
here we are.
So we're going to do a Flame Strike into Ping on the Sludge Belcher.
Trade one of your 2/4, trade it out.
Yep. And then just go straight face.
Yep.
All day, every day.
Man, those triggers, I'm going to say something like, the freeze mechanic alone is so strong.
It's very strong.
And
yeah.
it's the mage in general having access to these creatures to just apply freeze constantly on damage. It just locks down a lot of the classes.
Absolutely.
In my opinion. It's a status effect which stands the test of time through metas, I believe.
Yeah. So this is actually a really interesting play. Goes faceless into the 21 to get the taunt, then drops a Defender of Argus right next to it to get the +1/+1.
I don't know if I want to go attacking right away. I would go drop my Goblin Blast Mage first, see where the damage lies.
Interesting.
No.
Matt decides to go BM.
There you go. Shows what I know.
Clear off the board and
Oh.
then slap his face around a little bit.
No, I did see a little bit this in the other room when he got that Elden Baron Cleave. What happened to that? Did it just...
Oh, the Van Cleef?
Yeah.
They got silenced.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah, I
That's
got
always a shame.
silenced.
I saw it. I got excited. I had to step outside the room, though.
Yeah. All right, we're waiting for the next match to start up.
Okay. So Matt's played Warlock. So Matt's gonna be drinking. No, he's still gonna be playing as Mage. That's right. Is this match? Is this his last class?
This is yes. So he's actually stuck on Mage until the very end.
Gotcha. So right now it was 2-0. Now it's 2-1.
Yes. that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay. So this could draw out to a possibly 5-match game, or it
Absolutely.
could all end here. I don't know about throwing away the spider. In all honesty, it's a solid 3 job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Granted, he did get the Teak Master and the Golem.
Hello.
Matt being a good sport with the hello, the
Yeah.
greeting.
Always. Well, we all know what it really means, but like, remember me?
Yeah.
Remember last game?
Yeah. Fenrysk going with the Zombie Chow and Matt dropping the Chugger to match.
Blade Master Circle coming out here. Always a good combo.
Oh yeah.
Or does he hold Circle, put Blade Master down next turn too?
I think he holds.
And then
yeah.
circle.
And then circle. Yeah, that's super value.
Yep.
Super value.
Assuming the Blade Master stands
Well,
with his 3.
Personally, here I play the flame.
The
Flame cannon. Yeah.
I'm tempted to play Tink just for aggro purposes, or just getting the Blade Master off the field before he heals.
Yeah.
But you'll be throwing away your trigger for that.
Yeah.
Or, like I said, you could Flame Cannon 50-50 it out.
Yeah, so I would actually chugger into the Chow, ping it, and then throw the cannon. Oh,
you can't, not enough
You
mana.
can't, not enough mana. I'm bad at math, guys.
We're all
so-
bad at math. Remember that Leper Gnome?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was terrible. I can't believe we missed that.
Yeah. All right, here comes that play. This is going to really hurt Matt here.
Huge board advantage for Fenrysk.
Yeah. Especially, now I'm trying to wonder if this is just standard control priest, or is this going to be some kind of... I'm seeing a lot of... The Sludge Belt just can go normal control, but it might be a Resurrect,
Yeah.
or just a standard Revive priest.
I think this is just going to be standard.
Standard control?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of Nax builds out of Fenrysk today. So I don't think that I don't think we'll be seeing anything GVG related or higher.
Yeah. That's not what he wanted. I think he really wanted it to go to the freeze, in all honesty, even though he was already starting to ping it down.
Yeah.
So now he's got to basically throw away his Teak Master.
Okay, so we are going to pull a Shadow Word Death, but it doesn't do anything against our Tink Master.
Yeah, 4 is always a strong number against priest.
Velen on a Blade Master, huge value, huge
Yeah.
value.
Let me see what it is. He doesn't have a lot of options. He's straight up Flame Blast with damage off there. And then next turn he could depends on what he draws. If he draws a low value mech, he could low value mech blast mage or something. But
So I disagree with that Lotheb drop, just because the mech mage has more mech in it than it does spells.
yeah, definitely. It's more like aggro intense.
Yeah, so I really disagree with that Lotheb play, but I can understand why he would play it.
Maybe he's just trying to get rid of it because he understands it's not going to have value later on.
It's possible.
Especially since it's a mech mage and he's already seen a fireball come out of him.
Yep, and I mean, I do agree that you're dropping a 5/5 on turn 5. It's
value.
completely it's completely along the curve. So I understand it. I understand the play. Just don't necessarily agree with it. But do you do this? I don't think so.
I think you go face. Because
I think
you're going to
you
have
do.
that sludge belcher. That's going to hold.
Yeah, because he's going to ping that Lotheb off if he
Yeah,
if he
exactly.
goes into the Tank Master. So I also agree with that. That would be a good play. Ooh, played right into Flame Strike.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the Flame Strike is the play. I
It
think
is strong, especially since he doesn't know he has a Fugan out there or anything like that, but he hasn't seen Dark Priest Cultist, which is in his hand right now, but that's also a dangerous card to have on the field with a big AoE, so
absolutely.
getting cards out now is definitely the play. So drop that and just trade in.
I see where he's going with this.
I want to do that with that Priest hit. Oh, no, the Priest, no, it won't wipe because of Sludge.
Okay.
Unless he pings it. There we go. Now he's set up connection. EVB drops that Dark Cultist.
Well, I'm thinking you just heal up your Lotheb and smack the 21 in the face.
Yeah.
And then trade out your 1/2 for the Tink Master and way ahead in board.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yep.
But he would say
That's
the
the play
flame,
we're going to see here.
the flame strike's just going to clear all that out, though.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're going to go back to ground zero, essentially. Except Matt has a lot more creatures waiting in hand, gain back board control after this play.
Yep. I think we're going to see the Fugan drop
Fugan with
with
Velson.
Velen in it. Yep. I could see
Or does
that.
he want him to die intentionally?
Well, he does definitely want it to die.
So I guess he holds the Velvet. He should have healed himself up for 2, though.
Yes. Yeah, that definitely would have helped him out a lot.
I'm not hugely big into the game. I'm very good at it, I would say, but I know health is good.
You heard it here, guys. Health is good. All right, we're going to see the Blast Mage drop. Let's see where this goes.
Oh, and he can drop it back into his
3
hand.
to the face and 2 to the Fugan.
Now here's the question. Do you pull it back with the Timing Winder, or do you just keep the 5/4 on the board?
I think I keep it on the board. Maybe swing it next turn and then pop it back into my hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
See,
probably the best play because Shadow Ward Death.
that's very true. That's very true.
I don't know if that was just because he just thought it was the right play or because he hindsighted it into the Shadow Ward Deck, because he has seen 0 of them so far, and it is a Priest deck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now he wants to keep it.
Yeah, I think that keeping the... Ooh.
Now it
Okay,
has
so
to
now you
die.
make it a 5/8. Now it has to
There
die.
you go.
Yeah, 5/8
I
taunt.
think you back it. I still think you. I don't know about putting your eggs in all with basket, but I might have backed that up with Fellowship.
Yeah, you could have. The one thing I learned early with Priest is you never just buff one card.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't think I'd ping the Defender here.
He has a heal every turn. I want to try to like ping something down.
Yeah. That just gives more value to the healer, really.
Yeah, really. Granted, it's taking 2 mana away from, but we're already up to 10.
Ooh, Circle of Healing. Well, I don't think I play that here, but yep, definitely Shadow Word Death onto the
I might play trade out first, of course.
Goblin Mage. Do some...
I wouldn't do this yet. I would heal, trade, then circle
Yeah.
to get the most value. Going back to that whole health HP thing we were talking about a couple turns ago.
Absolutely.
Well played.
All right,
Definitely
so
Frost.
Matt's pulling the Frostbolt, so I think that's probably going to hit the Defender. Unless he's really worried about that Fugan, in which case, you know,
Yeah,
smack the Fugan.
which is understandable.
Definitely play the Yeti.
He
huge
can play
value.
everything, technically.
Yep.
If he really wants to. I don't know if he wants to hold a card and try to bait and switch, make the opponent think that he has something he really doesn't, but
Right.
like an extra flame strike.
Yeah. The mage decks that I normally play are very conservative, and they just kind of they control you until the very end.
Yeah.
So you know, I see the value in what he's doing now, except for the fact that he's just got so many mechs
Oh, yeah.
that I don't. I wish I had a deck list in front of me so I could see where he might be playing into.
Yeah, that's the one thing about this tournament today. It's got like it's a lot of guessing, unfortunately.
Okay.
Throwing a lot of pressure on that guy there, but the thing is, we've been watching a few turns of this now, and I haven't seen any big legendaries come out of this preset, so we're just sitting there lying in wait in this
Right.
deck. No shot click, not really the best draw this late in the game, in honesty, but
Actually, I think this is a pretty value draw. He's going to pop a heal on the Fugan, get some extra card draw in, and we're going to see an Akanai Soul Priest. I don't know if that's going to go down this turn or not.
I don't see a reason to draw. I think you hold it and just wait. Granted, he has no more circle healing, so his wipe's gone on that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he needs it at this point. Yeah, I don't think he needs it at this point.
No. We're looking at 10 damage next turn from the priest. Maybe 12 if he drops the Akanai.
Yep. Oh,
Emergency coolant on the Fugan. Keep it under control.
I'm trying to.
Yep. Oh, Cancer Walker.
All the card draws.
Yep. More Akanai Priests.
I feel like there's like a
Nothing
rag
special.
or like a counter card or something just hiding in the bottom there. Granted, I don't think he needs it this round, but
No.
Matt definitely needs something big. At least like I don't know how many flame strike mages usually play nowadays. I would say they usually try to stick to one, but
Yeah.
the board control right now is just overwhelming.
Yeah. The Blizzard right now would be really helpful.
Yeah.
It'd at least buy him one turn.
Yeah, but unfortunately, most mech mages, I don't see them going like heavy into the freeze.
7, 10, 14, 17, 19. Yeah, this is over.
Yep.
Yep. Fenrysk with a very strong push
Yeah.
for a win here, and I think we're going to go 2-2, right?
What? Yes.
No.
No, 3-1.
3-1.
That'll be it.
3-1.
Matt thought he was still on the pull back there. The mech mage was looking strong, but
Ooh, and he sacrifices himself.
ooh.